too, I guess. I guess I'll get that too then. It's 1:30 right now. I could probably go get the part and be back by, I can be back by next Thursday, next week. You want me to go get the truck and bring it in here? What else do you need?
Can I use my system?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't use this thing, but yeah, you could use the other. You have what, a couple bathrooms in here?
Grab those bags and we can back up to the truck.
Well, so are we gonna come back a different day or are we gonna call someone else out? Because that's 3 bags and just 2 guys. Today? Yo, what's up, man? Fresh, first day on the job. What's poppin'? Just passed that Bond Light stocking.
Nice to meet you. Are those the only shoes you brought?
Yo, you like them? Y'all don't got AC?
Not out here.
That's sus, bro. What's up, baby? What's it do? Man, it's gonna be me and you out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Slanging and banging. You and me all day, every day. What?
Fresh air.
Busting, bro. Man, what y'all got up in the fridge, dude? Oh, apple juice. You should get me on there, man, with a fit check. With the flat cap bill, rocking them Jordan 4s, right? With the Home Hero shirt. I've gone to shops where literally guys will pull me aside and be like, man, I love all this stuff you're teaching, but if I do this, I'll be out till midnight. They're just gonna give me more calls. And it's heartbreaking. It's like, man, what's the real goal here? Like if I've got 12 tables in a restaurant and I can serve those 12 people and give them the best experience ever and I can be profitable. If I wanna make more money, I'm gonna add a 13th table. I'm not gonna add a 13th customer. Meaning I'm gonna increase my capacity. I'm not just gonna shove more people into my capacity. My room fits 56 people and I wanna sell more tickets to my event. I either have to increase the capacity or hold separate events. I can't put 115 people into a room of 57 people.
They want a tankless and a softener installed. They don't have either, and they've already been approved for financing.
What's that got to do? So you want me to go out there and do that call?
Well, they also say they've been having trouble with their sewer line and been wanting to replace it for a while, but they can't find somebody who they like to do it, but they think they trust us.
I don't want to have to work super hard to get it though. You want me to repipe the house, put it in the tankless, softener. Did you say something about a sewer line?
That's what it looks like. I think we should go check it out, man.
No, bro, this is ridiculous. And is this commission?
Yeah, I already talked to the owner about it. He wants to actually double your commission on it because it's such a big job.
No. So you want me to go out there, you want me to run this call, it's a bunch of work and a bunch of money or whatever, but it's also a bunch of taxes, and you're gonna have people out there helping me, watch me, do what I do, and then you want me to get it done faster so I make even more money, and then I have to, take another call because now I'm done by Thursday or something?
What else are you gonna be doing instead here, Steve? This is the job, man.
You got any odor smells or anything like that on there? Like maybe like in a different, maybe just... Why does on-call suck? Well, look, here's the thing. Most companies that do on-call 24/7 after hours, they don't treat it the same way that they do during normal hours. They have a full staff and they have a full support system if someone calls between 8 and 5. But then after hours, they don't have a CSR, they don't have a supply staff, they don't have a lot of other things, and they want to go out and charge the same rates to the customer, if not even more, because they're doing after hours work. If you want to charge more and do on-call, then provide more service after hours. If you can't provide at least the same service that you provide during the day after hours, then you shouldn't do it. Think of it like an emergency room. Not every doctor is open after hours, but emergency rooms have a full staff after hours. Be an emergency room or be a doctor. But you gotta pick one. And make sure that whatever you pick, you can service to the full. When there's no plumbers to hire, there's still a lot of plumbers that don't work for you working in your city. You're just not known enough. And so everybody tries to be just known enough because you don't want to overspend your marketing. And he goes, well, what do you do with all the money you spend on leads that you can't get to? And I'm like, well, what do you do with all the money you don't make when you're slow? See how this goes both ways? So I would rather spend a couple extra $1,000 every month and waste it and be known and have leads and momentum and be moving forward and I can hire into than to have that day, just one day when I'm slow. It'd be a couple grand in revenue off of one truck that we don't get.
It's that time again!
You've now entered the No Sales Zone.
No Sales Zone.
With Chris Fresh.
The plumbing sales coach.
Peels back the curtain of what sales really is. Buckle up. Buckle up. And get ready to learn how to increase ticket average by providing better service. And now, your host,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
CF.
The plumbing sales coach.
What's up? Oh my goodness, you have no idea. We were jamming right before this. You don't even know. I was dancing, I was bobbing, hopping, pipping, pocking, walking, tipping. I don't even know. I was feeling it though. We were listening to a little what was that? Classic by MTKO, and then we hit a little Morgan Wallen. We had a couple Morgan Wallen songs. It was hype. What's up? Let's go. Chuck Dollarhide in the house. David Wayne Simmons. What's up? Ready to learn. My man. Andrew Cornwell in the house. Cornwell Plumbing. I just talked to Andrew today. That's a special dude. Hey, look, man, this guy owns a plumbing company out literally in the cornfields. And when I say out in the cornfields, I mean like out in the cornfields. And it's a tiny town, Pittsburgh, just outside of Indianapolis. When I met him, his mom and dad had started it. The two brothers were working there, Austin and Andrew. And they got in the program, and the funniest thing I remember them telling me in the beginning, I was like, so what are your numbers? They're like, we don't know. I'm like, all right, well, let's look at yours. We don't have it. These people, they were going into homes, they were doing the work, and then on memory, 3 to 4 weeks later, they were sending an invoice. And people paid. That's a pretty trustworthy company. But we took them, showed them a couple things, and they took off. They are killers. What's up? Good to see you guys. Sick with it, Cost says to something. Oh, he said that's a nice sweatshirt. Oh, Paul. I know you like it. That's right, Mr. Potty. And Paul Opsta is the owner with Dorinda Opsta. Mr. Potty Plumbing. Mr. Potty, what? Check it out. These guys, Mr. Potty. I'm not going to lie. We actually created this brand. They were Opsta Plumbing, the classic, he said, Jeff Lane says daddy's here. Connor O'Brien said, let's go. They were Opsta Plumbing, and Dorinda, the wife, we were on a coaching call, and she goes, hey, we're going to rebrand. We're going to do our thing. And I was like, all right, cool. What are you thinking? She goes, I want to be Mr. Potty Plumbing. And I was like, so I'm going on vacation for a week. We'll talk about it when I get back. I hated it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know how to tell her. I was like, this might be the worst name ever. Not the worst, but the worst. Sometimes you just got to have vision, though. I was walking through Disney World. That's where I was going. So me and my wife went to Disney World. We're walking through Disney World. I came out of Star Wars Land in Hollywood Studios, walked up into Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear, bigger than life. They're in Texas. NASA's there. And it just hit me. I was like, dude, what if we put a jetpack toilet on the back of Buzz Lightyear? What if we did that? And what would happen? And this happened. Now they're crushing. I love it. Branding's everything. Got a brand. Speaking of branding, we brand companies. We do that, and we offer branding, and we feel like we do a great job. But I just noticed that TikTok, it's Kick Charge Creative, but what do they call it? It's Tick Charge Creative? Talk Chart. Dang it. We're going to have to find that out. You guys got to follow them. Dan Antonelli, they're killers. They brand as well. So we appreciate the follow. Those guys are awesome. What's up, Gustavo, my man? What's up, Chris? Jarrett, welcome to the show, sir. Good to see you. He said, fresh looks good in that hoodie. I mean, it would be better if it was blue. Just kidding. Kind of. Not really. Actually, it would be. What up, Shauna? Shauna works there. She loves it. Looking extra fresh tonight. Kick Charge, yeah, it's Kick Charge Creative. I know, yeah, Dan Antonelli, but their name of their social media platform is actually not Kick Charge. It's what do they call? Can you look it up? Are you looking it up? It's Kick Charge Creative, or you got to look it up. We can't be butchering this. These guys are great. Shauna, thank you for the stars. Shauna be hooking it up. Shauna, I think I got like 1,200 stars from you. Facebook said. They said you're the star maker. Disney wished they had as great of a character as Mr. Potty. I agree with that. I agree with that. Still no King Rooter hat. Dude, it's coming, bro. Just one step, one. Kick Talk Creative. Kick Talk Creative. That's their channel. That's their channel. Hey, tonight we had a doozy. We bringing it all together. Now, before I start telling y'all about what tonight's going to be about, I already want to tell you what the next show is going to be about because I can't help myself. Now, really quick, next Tuesday, I'm going to be giving y'all a gift. I'm going to be giving you guys a chat bot I programmed. And I know you're like, you didn't program it, Chris. So I did. I swear I did this. I spent probably longer than you would have, so I'm not going to tell you how long. But I programmed this whole thing. And we've had it tested for months and months. In fact, Mr. Potty tested it. Paul Lobster was the first one. Paul used it like 500 and something sessions. I have the data that tells me, and it was crazy. But he used it, was using it. He was telling me things like, he's like, hey, man, I coach them. And so he was like, hey, man, last week you said this. And I'm like, Paul, we didn't talk last week. He's like, no, you chatbot. I'm like, well, bro, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm not there for those conversations. But the thing works great, so we're going to give this away. We made another one for Vibe personality tests, and we're going to give you that one. I'm sorry, the one I was talking about was the one we made for our techs in the program. We are not giving that one away. You have to be in the program. But the one we are giving away is the Vibe personality profile check. So I want you guys to be able to have a tool to learn about yourself, to understand who you are. And that's coming out. I can't wait to share that next week because we learn personality profiles is over. Now, after that, we're going to get into marketing. After that, we're going to dive into marketing and do a whole series on that. And if you're a tech or you're a plumber or you're in sales or anything like that and you watch the show because you're not, maybe you're not even in the industry, we get a lot of that. Marketing is just sales that happens from an extended, it's like long distance sales, like a long distance relationship. That we're going to be giving you this tool. I cannot wait. And all that's coming up. Now tonight we're going to be talking about something cool, but before I do, I've got an event coming up March 21st, 22nd. If you've ever wanted to come, meet me in person, hear from me in person, walk through these calls, see what's up. When you're in person at an event with me, we are deep diving. I promise, it's like college up in that place. I don't want to scare you because I wasn't made for college, but it would be like the equivalency of cool if college was cool. Like if college was cool. So we're going to do that. It's $397 a seat, $997 for 3 seats. The owner comes for free. Here coming up soon, we're getting rid of the owner comes for free. I think that expires in a couple weeks, and then it's just 3 seats for $997. Tonight I'm going to give you guys a bonus. Really quick. If you sign up tonight, if you've already bought these seats in the past, you're going to get bonused right now. Bam! You didn't even know it's just going to happen to you. I'm going to give you a free plus one. I'm going to give you a free $400 seat if you do the $997 deal. And we already have over half the event sold out. And if you already bought a seat, you just got bonused. If you already did. So tonight I took a risk. Basically what I did was just give away a bunch of seats. Because if none of you actually take advantage of that offer, I just gave. You said it where like I now I just have less seats. Love these series, Ashley Heilman. Home Heroes. How do I get that Chris Fresh Price Calculator app? I can't find it on Google Play. Who's going to tell them? It's kind of awkward right now, Jarrett. Jarrett, welcome to the community. Here's the thing. It's coming one day on Android. It's not on there right now. We have recently created some packages that are much cheaper in nature. We've never had our prices this low before, so now we know we have to offer it to Google fans. Before, our prices were so high, we figured only people on Apple could afford our product, so we only made the app for Apple. I'm kidding. I'm teasing. I'm goofing. Guys, but it is only on Apple. Now, all jokes aside, I'm supposed to say something after that, right? But there is nothing else to say. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to break this thing down. She said, boo. Boo. Hey, look. All right, here we go. You ready for this? Let's get into the topic. Now, 3 unbreakable rules when running a service call. I'm pretty sure the "un" was capitalized originally. There it is. 3 unbreakable rules. We didn't plan that. I don't know what just happened. But 3 unbreakables. They're unbreakable. Like unbreakable. Cannot break these. Now, I'm tying this whole thing together. We've been doing a 6-part series on how to cook in sales. Okay, we've been breaking down I think we started out with kind of the 3 ingredients. That was relationship, diagnosing, value stacking. Then we broke down relationships. Then we broke down diagnosing. Then we broke down value stack. Then we broke down options and like the most. We're going to tie it all together tonight. We're going to tie it all together. It's called King's Plumbing. It's called The Plumbing Sales Coach. So if you just type in The Plumbing Sales Coach, it's like a price book app. It'll do, but if you're in our program, it's a lot more complicated than it probably looks. So you can use it. It'll give you retail margin, wholesale margin. You'll be like, can I change the? You can't change it. It's based on margin. It's not based on the way everyone else does it. I know all these guys. Like, here's what you do: you plug every piece of math you can into a spreadsheet, and then you times it by 15. You multiply it by divide it by 0.4. Then you multiply it by pi. Then you carry the y. You divide it by 2. There's an x in there. There's a z in there, and then you're lost before you even know what your prices are. Next thing you know, it's like $541 an hour, and it's based on a whole lot of what ifs. So we did it like the rest of the world and just kind of built it on margin. It was weird. And I ran a plumbing company for 4 years, and I just went back and documented exactly what the little simple math was, and then we plugged it into that calculator. Or you can learn trigonometry, calculus, chemistry to figure out your price. It's up to you. He said not flat rate. Look, I don't know. Flat rate, rip rate, hourly rate, whatever. I'm all about upfront pricing. Half this stuff is just a marketing tool to get you to buy something. Upfront pricing. This is the amount. This is what you'll pay. If I get it done faster, great. If I get it done longer, great. That's what you're paying. I'm selling solutions. Not services, not plumbing, not parts, not materials, not hours. I started value stacking tankless water heater descaling after the explanation about the drive time. Yeah, man. Because, dude, and Gustavo's in the program, and he works for Dollar Hide. Look, my team, I own a plumbing company down in Atlanta. I have a partner down there. We're doing things, trying to make dreams come true. Robert Barnes is on here. Our team is trained to, we use the calculator, and we're trained to just give people upfront pricing. In fact, we teach this all the time, but there's 3 kind of pricing models, but you got to be on the fly. You got to be able to understand those pricing models. There's the 7-Eleven, the convenience store price. There's the Kroger grocery store price, and there's the Costco price. And we talked about this. We just talked about this a couple shows ago. Go back and watch it. It's an hour and 15 minutes of pure joy. We talked about this. I said, look, man, if you're just going to buy one thing from me, I got to drive to your house. I got to diagnose. I got to pay for the lead. I got to be responsible for your plumbing system after I depressurize it and repressurize it back up. That's going to be a $4 Red Bull. But if you want to buy a 12-pack and I don't have to keep them cold, or if you want to buy a cow from me instead of milk, it just, the more volume. But who's adjusting for that when it's $541 an hour? If you're $540 an hour, everyone hates your... and here's another thing, dude. If you're on the field and you're charging $541 an hour for gluing P-traps together or putting fill valves in, you're ripping people off. And if you're breaking concrete for $541 an hour, you're screwing yourself. Like, it doesn't work. Everyone gets you get a free toilet. You get a free toilet. I'm definitely trying to be in part of the program, but I work for DW Plumbing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Man, Gustavo, bro, this whole time I thought you were someone else this whole time. How many people have that name? That's a sick name. Although I should have recognized Serrano is different from his last name. So maybe that would have been the indicator. Thanks for joining us, though. You've been watching the shows a couple times. I've seen you on here a few times. Chuck said, hey, when I got in the program, I did not believe the calculator was correct either. And then I started using it to calculate some of my smaller and bigger jobs. It was actually amazing how close it was from to what my number ended up at. Selling the solution to their problem. That's right, Raylene. You get it. Girl, you get it. That's my niece, by the way. Showing support to Unc. I love you, girl. Preach. Just went over all this with my apprentice today, Patrick. My man Patrick, just been hearing great things about you, bro. Killer. You're in the presence of a killer. Who feels scared right now because you're in the presence of an assassin? That's Patrick. All right, let's get into this. Let's break this thing down. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to do. Let's go. First point. Or the main topic. Or no, we on the first point? Yeah, the unbreakable rule number 1. That's what we're doing right now. Unbreakable rule number 1. We're doing rule number 1. The symptom is the context. The symptom is the context. Buy a sewer, get a free toilet. I mean, Joe, you know, bro. I told you guys I could rap. Before the show, we were doing Morgan Wallen. They're like, I bet you can't rap. I was like, I bet I can. Joe, you're right, bro. Because here's the thing with that. If I go to a backed up main and it's on a crawl or a slab, I'm probably most of the time dealing with the toilet, the toilet that's the closest to the clog, on the front of the system. Not every time, but that's what I'm dealing with. So I know that thing's probably got pressure on the wax ring, so I'm probably going to want to pull and reset that for them. Probably going to want to help them out there. If they want to do a sewer line, maybe I could reset the clock on the toilet for them, you know what I mean? Hook them up, give them a $250 Cadet Pro, make it, shine it up, polish that seat. And that $250 Cadet Pro, that $250 discount on the whatever the price of that sewer line is, looks like an $800 discount. April, I could listen to you rap all day. I'm doing a private concert later. That's my wife. You can pass that ball like Stockton. Yeah. I think I said that in one of our videos where, right? When we did, what was it? The Gen Z plumber. If you guys haven't seen that video, my boy Vince. Got to pass it. What's up? What'd I say? What's popping? Got to pass that ball like Stockton. I think that's what. Dude, y'all don't even know how hip I be with all this gray hair. I'm the oldest, youngest dude on earth. All right, here we go. The context is a symptom. Here's the thing. The customer values the thing that they called you out there for because they called you out there. I can't tell you how many times I go to a call. They call me out here for this. This just happened, but they've been having that go on for 6 months. Can I get an amen? Tell me right now in the comments, can I get an amen on that? How about this one? Hey, can you fix this? Yeah, you fix this. And they go, hey, while you're here, wood cop with the J's. Cost PSC, we utilize the daily rate, 6 hours, 179 per hour to cover the daily operation. I've had multiple 2 to 3 people went daily to get a honeydew list. Covered saves a ton on time and explaining it is easy upfront pricing. $225 for a toilet swap. It's tough to be profitable. Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta have margin. What is your last name? Is it really fresh? Dude, it's the only thing yeah. Gotta be careful what I say on here. Yeah. It is. My legal last name. I was born with it. That's what I was born to do. Some would say fresh. West Philadelphia, born and raised. I mean, when I was in boot camp, so like I was in the Navy and you have to wear your last name. So it's like on my chest. And I was in the Navy, so I had it on my back right pocket. So when I would come into boot camp, the RTC guy would be like, oh, it's Fresh Prince of RTC. Why don't you give me 10 push-ups? Just because my name was memorable. And you think it would have made me stronger, but it didn't. I just hated it. I was just sorer. It's really fresh. Raylene, no. Raylene knows. See, Raylene is my niece, but her mom, my sister, we have different dads. So I was the only one that got the cool name. My brother Russell got it too. You might see him on here from time to time. Remember, no money, no honey. Okay, look, I don't even know what that means, but I like how it sounds. I said it. I said it, Jack.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but I said it, bro. I felt it. I said it with confidence too. You know, I was like, remember, no money, no honey, ain't, yeah. You got everyone laughing, though. I wish you could see the team. All right, context. Here's what I mean. Customer called you out there for the leaking shutoff. So they're more than likely willing to buy that thing. Like, that's the thing that they value. That's the thing they want fixed. And oftentimes when I go to a call, one of my favorite questions to ask people is, what's your biggest concern here? Like, what are you worried about? What's concerning you? What's your deal here? So, for example, I walk up to a toilet that's running, and I'm like, yeah, obviously the toilet's running and stuff, but, like, what's really concerning you with this? And they're like, my sleep. It's waking me up at night, or I'm afraid it's going to leak. We had another house where the toilet ran over, and it ruined the hardwood floors. Like, whatever it is. Now I'm like, oh, it's not really about the toilet. We're going to talk about that tonight. I was just sorer. I was. I got it by marrying you. I mean, I found in April to put this name on. I was like, people would come up to me and be like, well, no one came up to me. I would go up to girls and be like, you know, you want to talk? And they would usually say no, but a few would say yes. And then I'd be like, what's your name? And they're like, Sarah. And I'm like, that's not cool. Sarah is not going to be, never mind. I saw her. I was like, what's your name? She said April. I was like, how do you feel about 8 kids? Actually, we didn't even know we were going to have any kids, but then we ended up with 8. A lot of you are going to be like, you have 8 kids and your last name's Fresh. I know this ain't real. Do I have advice for I've got advice. Not going to like it. We like to call that a marketing issue. Jared said, bless your heart. You know what, Gustavo? You're getting a merch pack, bro. You deserve it. You're getting a merch pack. We got you. We need to know your shirt size. Make sure you respond to our team in the messages. We're going to reach out. Messages, your address, your shirt size. We got you. You deserve it. The topic today, put the topic back up. No one knows what the topic is. We've been just talking crazy on here. The unbreakable rules we want to call, and topic and rule number 1, the most unbreakable rule is the symptom is the context. Can't break this rule. Now, here's what I mean by this. Whenever I am walking through the home, whenever I'm thinking about anything, I recognize that the customer is called me out there for the symptom. That means they value a leaking shutoff. I used to do this thing. We do stack sessions, and we get the text together. We get the service managers together, and we go, okay, let's run through some scenarios, different combos, different packages, because it all comes down to creating irresistible offers. If you look at Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozy, all these guys are online talking about, they all learned it from the same place from Russell. I learned it from Russell, and it's all about these irresistible offers. This is what I offer you. Flash it up. Irresistible offer. 3 for $9.90. You know, it's $3.97 for 1 ticket. It's $3.97 for 3 tickets. The owner comes for free. We're ending that deal soon. And then tonight I'm doing a free bonus. You get an extra ticket. If you comment event in the comments tonight, we're going to lock you in at that bonus deal. But here's the catch. We're going to reach out to you tomorrow, and you have to buy the tickets tomorrow or the deal's done. So there you go. That's an irresistible offer. 5 people can come for it's like $200 a seat. Probably raise your ticket average $200 to $400 a call. So, I mean, it's like this thing will just pay for itself over and over and over again. We've done it a million times. That's an irresistible offer. So we're just trying to create those. But I know that they want to buy that symptom. I know they understand that. And I know the reason they want to buy that symptom is related back to their concern. So some people will let something drip. Some people will let something even leak for a while. But now the father-in-law is coming into town. You can't look like a deadbeat son-in-law. So you got to get it fixed. That's what they're buying. And I know it. It's true. Okay, so when we walk through this call, we have to understand that truth. Rule number 2. And they go together. Everything has to have a reason. I mean everything. The price, the warranty, the discount, everything you bring up, the reason that you even bring something up has to have a reason. And that reason better be tied back to that symptom. For example, if you go all the way back to the diagnosing episode, what was it, like 2 or 3 episodes ago, a couple weeks ago? 2 episodes? No. 3 episodes ago? So 3 episodes ago, you go back to diagnosing, and we showed you these. In fact, I think you got the photos. We talked about the toilet being on kind of like this iceberg, but the customer can't see that. All they can see is the toilet. That's all they can see. And they can see the water leaking onto the hardwood floor, and all they can see is the new hardwood floors. Whoa, slow down there, champ. Who's in control? So we do that, and then the next thing that happens is we show them, hey, look, hold up. You got a bigger problem underneath. You just don't see it. See, my reason, the symptom is that toilet. The reason that I'm looking at things because of that toilet, but I know those other issues, and once I can uncover that for the customer, and they can see that in real evidence, whether it be a pressure test, whether it be sediment buildup on stuff, whether it be the fact that their home's 70 years old, whatever it may be, now I've got a reason to go look at other things, to go do other things. Now, I'm not just going to go look at everything, because everything I look at has to have a reason. Everything I offer has to have a reason. If I'm going to give them a discount, I better give them a reason. Then I have this truth to deal with. The whole stinking house is sitting on this problem. The whole stinking house is sitting on the problem. And we're over here like, it was just a fill valve. They didn't want anything else. It all needs to be real and make sense. Hit share, spread the love. My man Trevor, dude. I can only give you one merch pack, bro. I want to give you, what else can I give? I want to give you stuff. Put this guy on the team. I remember the graphic you used. That was freaking cool. Gotta justify. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I gotta. I'm almost 50. So it's like, Heliante. I don't know. It's Heli who? I don't know. I will say, though, on that song, it got me thinking, like, back when Halliburton, before he got hurt in the playoffs, in the finals, I thought they should have been saying, like, they should have made shirts for the Pacers that said Hallie certain, because he was certainly going to do it, and they were calling him the yes sirs instead of the I was like, how are they not getting this? Call me, Pace. I got you. I did this with Buzz Lightyear. I can help you guys. He said merch pack, LOL. Is that your, like, passive-aggressive way of asking for one? Trevor, I need the always be serving hat. I'll pay. Hey, guys, when you're running through this call, everything has to have a reason. If I'm going to tell someone, like, hey, I can actually do these for half price, you better have a reason. Dude, if we don't get a clean hat on this show, give me your hat, Sam. If you've been watching the show, bro, we've all looked at Sam's hat a lot. He's talking about this, the trucker cap. This is in every episode. See the similarities? Oh, sorry, Tyler. Whoops. We may have taken someone out on that one. How we doing over on YouTube? He said, you want a merch pack? Sure. She said, you want a merch pack? He said, maybe. Maybe. He's like, Jeff, my man, 100 stars. My man. Look at that, bro. Okay, Jeff is my boy. You're my boy, Blue. AJ Plums. What's up, brother? I know I'm new here, but one of those merch packs would sure be cool. Okay, look. The reason is important. If I typically I call it just being honest about the labor. So I'll let the customer know, like, hey, look, if I'm gonna pull, whenever I do an emergency stop or whenever I do an angle stop, I gotta bleed the system down. I gotta depressurize, repressurize, and so that takes a little bit of time. If I do one shut off, it's gonna take me considerably longer to do that one than it would to take me to do each one if I did 5 or 6 in a row. Because once I have the system bled down, I can go a lot faster. I would tell people this all the time on a softener. I'd say, look, there's a lot of plumbing that goes into putting a bypass in, but a lot of times when I'm doing converting a water heater to a tankless, I mean, it's kind of like easier just to do it then. And so I just tell them normally it would be, whatever it would be for the bypass. I separate off the water heater and give it its own a la carte price, like we talked about a couple shows ago. I give the bypass its own a la carte price. I give the water heater its own a la carte price. The PRV gets its own a la carte price. The expansion tank gets its own a la carte price. By the time I add all that up, it's like $7 million if they were to do them all one at a time. I mean, it's going to be stupid high, but at the same time, it ain't going to take me the same amount of time if I do them all at once. So I'm just like, hey, it's cheaper because I don't have to do as much work. Not really rocket science. I don't say it all like that. Hey, it's not rocket science. I don't say it like that. Truth. Yeah, if you don't give them a reason, they're thinking that you're price gouging or ripping them off 100%. Kelly says, fresh. I've met a lot of you guys. It's crazy. Didn't call because the leak that's been going on for 6 months. They called because the family's coming for the Super Bowl. That's so true. Except for this year. Who cares? Seattle, New England. New England. Time is money, but you have to have time already. Then wait, what I got to do again? Hold on. I try to lose it fast. Time is money, but you have my time already. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, now that I read it right, reading is cool. Oh, no way, dude. You're not going to my man, Frankie, hold up. Time out. There's a hat over there. It's got a little, I have it, man. I have it right here, Frankie. It's been forever. I remember. Show them to me. Just show them. Start flashing. Close. No, it's got a little. It's a blue hat. It's a blue hat with like a soldier on the front. You'll see. It's like a Trojan. Okay, you're not showing me anything. There it is. Throw it here. That was like magic, bro. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Oh, you say get out, dude. I'm a real one. Give me the Tom Shell hat too while we're at it. Give me the Tom Shell hat. That's how I met you. So I'm working with this company down in Florida, Tom Shell, one of the nicest guys I ever met. And this guy, Frankie's been watching the show or so. We interacted somehow. I'm down in Florida on a shop visit, and my man Frankie somehow, I don't even know how. Like, we just meet on the street. He took me to a shop. I got to see it all. It was cool. I stole all your secrets. Been teaching it to the. I'm joking. There it is. Now you got him beat, dog. Though your hat's cooler. I will say that. I love you, Tom. If you ever watch this, but yeah, bro, you the man. You're staying up here. We're gonna keep you up here. Boom. We're gonna keep you right there, dog. Bills got beat by the ref. Oh, here we go. Are Bills fans undercover Chiefs fans? Get it? Like they all. Time equals value. Mike Whitcop's on here. I take that back. I don't want Mike to hear those words. Mike just canceled the show. Mike Whitcop's on here. He's kind of a crazy dude, by the way. He knows like everybody. He sends me photos all the time. He's hanging out with Andre Reed. He's hanging out with Jim Kelly. He's hanging out with all these dudes. All right, Magic Fresh. Let's make that King Rooter out of here. I've got your hat at my new studio. That's the problem. Now you're going to make me tell everybody what's really going on right now. I'm going to give away my trade secrets. So we were in this studio, and we just moved to a massive one. It's all being finished out, painted, and decorated. Okay, look. Man, I'll tell you this right now. You guys want to know some real-time stats of technicians. When you come to this event, you're going to be in the room with a dude by the name of Lucas Cena. Lucas did $1.2 million in our program, averaged over $2,000 a call, and had about 4 to 5 call weekly average of running. I mean, he was only running like 3 to 4 calls. He plumbed his own stuff, $1.2 million. He's amazing. He's a killer. He's a beast in the game. And when you're in the room, you're going to be like, oh, I bet this guy talks your ear off. You don't say a word. That's what makes him so good. He's just relational. I think you owe me a hat now. Jeff, dude, every month you get like $500 worth of hats. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Love your TikTok videos, bro. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Dang. Yeah, killer. He's a killer. He's a beast in the streets. All right. Let's get into this third point, and then we're going to unpack all this. I'm going to really tie all this home for you guys tonight. We're going to really break this all down. Okay? Friends don't close friends. Friends don't close friends. Here's the deal. If you're going to go, if these people live in your community, if these are your neighbors, these are your friends, these are other parents in your community, other just community members, we don't close them. Well, why would we close someone? Why would we close someone? We wouldn't close someone because that's not what friends do. We advise, we help, we support. In fact, fears review, examine, suggest, help. Our closing tactics is labeled help. You suggest 3 options. You ask them which one makes the most sense. You let them tell you all that they like. Sometimes they'll build a magical 4th option that they always buy because it's their option. And then you go and you basically answer any questions they have. Now, look, if someone says no, I'm not just like, it's not like Tommy Boy. You guys ever seen Tommy Boy? Anyone looking to do a producing job? Anyone? I'm hiring 3 producers as of today. I'm hiring 2 producers as of today. One has seen it. Because you're my son, I probably made you watch it. But he's like, we don't take no for an answer. And he's like, okie dokie. Lisa, that was a weird way of saying that. Uptown cheapskate. She did. That's hilarious, though. You know that's funny. Not cheapskate. I don't know what's happening. Lisa works. Lisa's my sales director. No sales here, just service. It's in Indianapolis. It's in Arcadia. I can produce. That's my dude, Lucas. You going to hear? Lucas does $1.2 million in the field, and he's going to be at that event. You're going to be able to hear from him. He's going to be speaking. We're flying him in so he can talk to y'all and tell you how it's done. Tommy Boy is the best. Got your back for sure. Fat guy in a little coat. If you ask the right questions, they will build the options for you. Listen, man, anytime you are in the home and you feel like making a statement, turn it into a question. That wasn't even in tonight's script. I just gave you that one. Put me in, Coach. Brittany. I want to talk about, man, some of my teams on here right now. Brittany's a superstar. Brittany's a superstar. You need your recognition right now. You're a superstar. You're an absolute superstar. Did I say it enough? Vince and I would produce these just to hang out. Hey, guys, so your services are no longer... I really like these. Ashley and Vince are cool, man. You've met them. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? My hands are tied on this one. Okay, we're going to break this all down really quick before I finish. Friends don't close friends. I'm going to give you a little framework. I wasn't going to do this tonight. I'm going to give you guys a little framework on how to overcome objections. A little bonus training real quick. Overcoming objections. We'll make this simple. The only reason why an objection occurs is because the value got rubbed. The deep down core value, meaning people will stop shopping at Target, Bud Light, different things because of a value, meaning there are certain things that I can't buy because it rubs me the wrong way. And that's a value set. But what I've learned is that also... sometimes there's a miscommunication that can create that value set getting rubbed. So I use a simple framework called ART, A-R-T. Agree, request, transition. Agree that the value is important. Don't agree with their value. You don't have to agree with their objection. They might say, wow, that's expensive, and say, okay, I can agree that you don't want to buy something that's overpriced. I can agree that you maybe don't have the money, but I'm not going to agree that this is overpriced. I'm not going to agree that this is expensive, but I can agree you don't want to buy something expensive, and I can agree to that. So I say, you know what? I totally understand. They are expensive. I agree. They are expensive in the sense of the way they're thinking. But then I want to get a little more information. Let me ask you a question. Do you mind me asking what you thought it was going to cost? And they say, well, $1,800. And I say, well, it's 2026, not 2006. I put the little 2 in your calendar there. Just joking. Hey, give me an amen. If you're like, yeah, tell them fresh. Okay. But I say, hey, look. They are expensive, but let me ask you, what were you expecting? They say $800. Say, do you mind if you tell me where you got that expectation? Did you see it like in an article? Is that what you had? I said, well, we got a water heater in our last house about 7 years ago, and that's how much it was. I said, well, things have changed. No, I don't say that. Okay, I agree. I request more information. Then I transition to my value, to my truth. Then I transition to my value, my truth. Hit share, spread the knowledge. Bro, you are one message away from being put on payroll. You are one message away, Trevor. Hey, Trevor, do me a favor. Straight up. Can you message us? Message me. Good in plumbing. And in the long run, not fixing it can be way more expensive. No, yeah. I know what you mean, John. Not can be. It will be, right? Exactly right. Exactly right. Google pricing killing us. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. We can get around that. Guys, in the event just do techs and owners, or should service managers attend too? Anybody that talks to humans should come to this event. Now, it's going to be all of the context of the examples are going to be around plumbing. We are going to hit some HVAC things. I got my boy Vince is going to teach me a little HVAC so I can break some knowledge down for some people that are in the room. But we are plumbing. We work with plumbers. We work with service plumbers. We plumb. And also some companies do HVAC, so I want to be supportive to that. But if you're just an HVAC company, you can come to the event, but we just don't, unfortunately, have a program for you. Service managers should so attend. Yeah, exactly right. By the way, and everybody's like, what's a service manager? Okay, let's put the lid back on that Pandora's box. Let's shut that door. Let's lock that up. Nothing to see here. Huge when people come into my shop looking for a quote. They always think it will be under 100. No car repair is under 1,000 in 2026. Well, I mean, car repairs are still under 1,000, but you guys are working on computers nowadays. That was kind of a joke. I was just joking. We watch it as a company no matter the position. Oh, Jordan, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Jordan, just for the record, he was talking about the in-person event. Someone asked about the in-person event. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think we covered that. Remember, type event into the comments if you want the special deal that's going on tonight, where we give you a +1 bonus. $997 for 3 seats plus the owner. It's $397 a seat if you want to go that route. This bonus is for tonight only. You can comment event on this show only, and then tomorrow we will reach out to you, get in contact with you, and you have to buy the tickets by Independence Day tomorrow, or else we're just back to the $397 and $997 for 3 seats. However, that 3 seats thing with the owner coming for free, that's going away soon too. Keep the best secrets to the inner circle, friends. Okay, done. Wait, you're not in the inner circle, Ashley. Why would you say that? You just mean like my inner circle. They're all computers is true. What happened? Hey, man, you can expand call. Just be the home services sales coach. Just have like this, the plumbing, heating, electric, jet power washing, garage door sales coach. Tommy Mello, if you're listening. I'm just joking. Love the podcast. Keep it fun. Yeah, we're bringing those. I know we took a little gap. We had a little bit of a issue. We got put in timeout. So one thing you don't want to do if you have a podcast is you don't want to redo all of your descriptions for the last 5 years with ChatGPT descriptions. They don't like that. They don't like that. They do not. Spotify, if you're listening, let me out, dog. Let me out of jail. Let me in. They let me out. I'm back. We're back. We're on there again. We're doing things, but it happens. I know how to run a plumbing company, not coaching. We're doing 10K plus a day with service manager position. All right, John. Keep that. John. That's secret. For you in the program, that's a secret. It's competitive advantage. That's going to be the way of the world, coach. Love this. I was finally able to catch you on live. I shared it with my text. Thank you so much for doing this. Our team truly gets a lot of everything you do. Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate that. Kicked off electrical this week. Yeah, I think I'm going to meet with that dude, Kelly. I was talking to Angel today. I'm going to meet with him. Glad we can learn from your mistakes. I mean, that's all of my success. Like, my iceberg is success, and then underneath where it's like hard work, determination, grit, grind, passion, energy. Mine is success, and then mistake, failure, mistake, failure, mistake, failure. It's just an iceberg of failures that eventually got so big that I was like over the water finally. Wait, you can fix the Google podcast? I can listen to you rap all day. Vince says me too, but like hip hop. Lockup they won't let me out. Okay. Let's stack it. Let's stack attack. Let's do a little stack attack action. I want to do this. Now, something I've been doing kind of new. Sleepy Plumber was on the show a couple nights ago. You guys all, I gave him a shout out. Dude's cool as heck, man. Josh, he got his gift pack. He got his merch pack. And he did a huge thing. He's coming into my shop next week just to hang out. For an hour. We're going to do a stack session. I call it stack sessions. This is where I get together with technicians or whoever, and we just start value stacking and getting real creative and having fun and figure out what we can do. Because if you know before you go into the home kind of what the deal is, if you know the product knowledge, you can talk about the products. If you know what the potential deals can be, if you pre-do the math, you can keep yourself from getting emotional and stuck in a home. And there's a lot of cool things you can do there. Like, I've already done the math. I know I can do 12 angle stops that aren't galvanized nipples, that aren't broke off in the wall. 12 regular push-pull stops or multi-turn stops on some clearance with copper or something like that. I know I can do all those for free with the softener. I know I can do that. You might be like, I would never do that. Okay. Don't do 1.2 million like Lucas. You do what you do. Like, I get more money for mine, but at the end of the year, you end up with 400,000. Lucas is at 1.2 million. Lucas's bank account can't see the discounts he gave during the year. Lucas's paycheck can't see the disc. They can't see it. It's not in there. And so it's like my buddy, my best friend's dad. I said, I wrote a whole thing up about do not worry for, it's basically what it's interest on an event that's never happened. But he also told me, show me the savings in your checkbook. Because my wife would be like, we bought it because it was on sale. And he was like, show me the savings. And we're like, well, we can't. We can only show you the debits. He was like, right. And we're like, oh, okay. Good point. How important is a good brand? It's really not that important, to be honest, man. If you're not interested in growing your business or having any kind of stickiness, no, it's extremely important. It's ridiculously important. Here's the thing about a brand. Okay, you can build a business without a brand. You could probably get to 1 or 2 million without a brand. You could even get a little further than that, but it just gets harder. Because if you're not sticky, if they can't remember you easy, then that's just that much more work you got to do to be out in the marketplace to be remembered. Think about it. Just think about it. Like, things that are cool. Like, look at this. Like, this is memorable, right? You see this dude, you can like it, you can hate it, you can do whatever you want with it, but people in Texas love it because, well, it's got the Texas flag, so it's pretty much, I mean, that's all that matters there. We did that on purpose. Well, they love their state. I've never seen a state more proud of their country. He said, I got my merch pack. You're welcome, Dan. Wait, is Dan the one you guys were telling me about? Dude, Dan, I got a wild story for you. So you were on the show 2 nights ago or last something when I was at Peach, and I gave you a merch pack, or we gave him something, right? Merch pack. I gave you this merch pack, and my team's like, oh, yeah, that's. I'm like, whoa, chill out, dude. We give merch packs out all the time. It's not that big a deal. And then later they're like, no, he's been talking to Chris Cost about getting in the program. I'm glad you saw him. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I did it, guys. And I had no clue. I found out after. So what's up, dog? God bless Texas and Whataburger. Patrick, you were out of the program. Yeah, I'm petty. I'll get Dorinda and Paul on the phone. They've got it. They're on here right now. Unfortunately, Dorinda and Paul, you've lost an employee today. Let's do the stack attack. Let's do it. Who's been stack attacked? You don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Who's been stack attacked? I've been stack attacked one time. Let me tell you what the stack attack is. Because here's the thing. There's 3 reasons why people will change their buying habits. I'm not saying there's 3 reasons why people will buy things. I'm not saying there's 3 reasons why people will spend money. But there are 3 reasons why people will change their buying habits. I woke up, wasn't going to spend money. Now I'm spending money. I was going to this place, not spending money. Now I'm spending money. Number 1, an experience. They will do it for an experience. I'll give you an example. You're walking down the beach. You got your beautiful bride with you. You get halfway down the beach. You notice someone off in the distance in a chair. They're painting. You get up closer. You realize they're painting the sunset. It says $40 portraits. Guy's killing it. It's the exact sunset you're seeing. He says, hey, I'll paint you guys in the sunset. So you go, man, this is my chance. The sun's going down. FOMO kicks in. How many of you believe that? How many of you believe that could get somebody's $40? They had no intention of spending any money. They might even walk back a few feet, a few yards, 100 yards to go to the ATM. How many of you believe me on that? I do this show for free, and this is how I get repaid? This is how I get Whataburger beats In-N-Out any day? Let me tell you about Whataburger. Whataburger is what we unclog when we go to a drain call. Dude. Okay. Ashley and Vince, you guys really do want to work here. FOMO's real. You know one place I've never had FOMO? Whataburger. Tony, I can't say that. Do not put it up there. Do not put it up there, but Tony, you get a hat, bro. Okay. Which one do you want? You want the trucker hat, bro, or you want the flat bill? Which one? Let me know. We'll get you a clean one though on this ruggedy, trashy one over here or you want this? That was cool. They didn't see that, but I saw it. That was sick. You snatched that. It's like you learned from me. We don't question your knowledge, just your taste buds fresh. You don't know me, dog. I get down on some aguachile. I like molcajetes. I like the real stuff. The real stuff. Whataburger's made in a factory. Did you know that In-N-Out actually never freezes their beef? So you didn't know that. It's not just like I like In-N-Out. And you like, no, I like food and you like factory stuff. Cost likes White Castle. And you have been voted off the island. He said the big head one. Can't give you that one, Tony. Can't give you. That's my one and only. I got that one. Okay, let's do. What's the stack attack? So here's how it works. The experience. That's the first reason why people will change their buying habits. The second reason is value. Not like in how much money or what value I'm getting, but my value set. We talked about it a minute ago. A lot of people stop. Nowadays 50% of the country won't shop from a certain store. Like, it's just crazy, right? But values absolutely will impact people's behaviors. Forget about buying out. They impact everything. Right? Am I right? I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care what you believe. You can see that, right? There's definitely both sides being affected by their values. This isn't the place for that. I'm just making a point. So please don't fill my comments because I don't care. I follow Jesus. That's where my trust is. And I'm probably getting canceled for that. But if I'm going to get canceled, that is the thing I want to get canceled on. In-N-Out all day. Trevor, you really should work here. Cost also like frappes. I will admit, Fresh has done two things for me. Helped me build a multi-million-dollar business and showed me some fire food. I trust your taste. Love you, Ash. You built that, though. You and Vince built something crazy, y'all. $900,000. Been in business for 9 years. $900,000 a year in revenue. 9 years. Changed their name. They rebranded. Sick rebrand. We showed it off a couple shows ago. Home Heroes with Ash. They were pacing like 5. I think they finished at 3.5, 4 last year. After 2 years of being in the program, they're pacing 5 now. I don't know. She's like, whoa, the IRS is on here. Take it easy. I am always more than willing to buy someone I trust. Buy from someone I trust. Yeah, I mean, JC is in the program. He had an issue at one point. They came out here. I invited him out here. We took him over to Home Heroes. I had dinner with him. He ate a very expensive steak that I had to buy. And we became friends. We laughed. We cried. We didn't cry. We just laughed. We did laugh a lot. Agreed. Lost customers over values. Absolutely. The third reason is a deal. Third reason is a deal, man. Black Friday proved it. It was so cold outside, man. People standing in line for hours, days, months. Not really, but hours. Hours in the freezing cold. I went to a church. We had a ministry that served hot chocolate to the people in line. Like, Black Friday created such an ecosystem that people were doing ministry to the people in line. Laughed so hard you cried. I did. You did drink some whiskey? Expensive old-fashioned whiskey. He didn't go light on me. He said, you better show me. Nah, he was awesome. He's awesome. He worth every stinking penny, bro. If you take Trevor, I'm going too. Oh, you guys who's coming? Everyone, what happened? I'm going to meet Trevor? Did we just become best friends? Okay. Stack attack. I'm going to tell you a quick story about how this works. I'm not proud of it. Okay? I'm not proud of it. It happened to me just faster than I can even imagine. My son was with me when it happened. I had 2 of my sons with me. They saw their dad get taken advantage of. I got beat up on the internet with my credit card. What happened was, so are you guys familiar with Kings Island? Put Kings Island up here. It's an amusement park in Mason, Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati. That's the Banshee. It's one of the greatest roller coasters ever made that's inverted. I like those things. I get down. My kids know I get down. I'm scared the whole time the thing's going up, but I'm having a fun time the rest of the time, and I do them all. At this point, I have to because my kids will punk me if I don't, so I do them all. He said, I did, in fact, watch him do this. He dang near mentally predicted me doing this. But anyways, went to this beautiful park. I bought a season pass, $99. Not a bad deal because it's like $69 to get into this place for one day. $99 for the whole year. Obvious math. So I said, I get one for me. I get one for my son. And I get one for my other son. And then we all want to go to Cedar Point. That's another park. And Cedar Point is the same price. It's in Sandusky, Ohio. Cedar Fair owns Cedar Point, and it owns Kings Island, and it owns like 9 other parks. So I bought a season pass to Kings Island for $99 because the one-day pass was $69. But I wanted to go to Cedar Point, so they had this other deal where if you pay another $99, so $99 for the season pass, then $99 for this, you get this right here. You get all these parks. You can go to Kings Island, Michigan Valley Fair, Wonderland, and it's only $99 more. It's $99 for one or $198 for all of those, which I didn't go to. I never went to any of those. I only ended up going to the two. We had plans. We were going to do the whole thing. We're like all excited, like, dude, then we'll do this, then we'll do that. I paid for your plumbing repair, Raylene, when King Rooter came out there. No respect. I get no respect. It's crazy. So I go to this place. I mean, all this stuff. I took you. I paid for this. So then it was $200, $198 a piece. So my investment just doubled. But now I got to get all my family this stuff because we're going to do this whole thing. That's not even where I got stack attacked. Here's where I got stack attacked. And I learned a valuable lesson about the business of amusement parks. I now know how that business works. In bowling alleys, they have league bowlers. That's basically how they fund the bowling alley. Open bowling just fills the lanes when no one else is there. Amusement parks work the same way. They have a monthly subscription kind of deal, yearly subscription. You buy the annual pass. They sell enough to fill the park. They basically get their share. Then open season for all the other days because basically – the season pass holders aren't all going every day, so they're spread out over the year, so they kind of reduce the attendance levels, and now it leaves room for general public to come in. Well, the night before the park opens for the season, they do a season pass holder night. It's from 4 to 9. It's a 2-hour drive out there, hour and a half. So it felt like I wanted it to. Every hour it is farther away, the more this makes sense, right? So it was 12 hours away. I'm joking. It was an hour and a half away. So we drive out for season pass. What I thought was, it was Char's Plumbing? Yeah, okay, Raylene, you can say what. I don't think you did. Oh, it was Char, your sister's. Somebody got it. All right. He said, no respect. Yeah, what? Jeff Lane. Jeff Lane's like, I don't know who paid, but I got paid. It was his plumbing company. All right, so anyways, I go, hey, look. We're going to go out there. There's not going to be any lines. It's going to be season pass days. It's going to be like VIP treatment. We're going to walk in, just walk on the rides. Maybe we'll run the rides. Like we might even operate the rides. We were all excited. We were doing this thing. We get there. I'm like, let's go to the back stunt roller coaster. It's kind of like a little 45 mile an hour launch. Kind of a good way to get your heart racing before you get on the big boys. Way to get it going, get it popping, get it locking. We're coming in hot, right? We're going to do this thing. We get in that line. That line is what? 55 minutes long. It's against the law, I think, on season pass opening day. And I realized really quickly, dang, there's just as many people in here tonight as there is on any other day. And then I was like, dang, if this one's 55 minutes long, that means Orion's going to be what, an hour and a half? Then all of a sudden I got to deal with, what's the other one, Flight of Fear? This is basically a rock and roller coaster at Disney World, similar kind of roller coaster. I mean, I'm like, dude, I didn't come here to stand in lines. If you know anything about me right now, I will find a way out of the line. I learned that from Joey Cisneros. I watched him buy our way out of lines. So I'm not standing in line. My wife says, you don't do lines. So we get in that line. So then I look up how much the fast pass is. $155. $179 for one day or the season pass for $7.99. And I'm like, $179? Like I'm only going to be here for 4 hours. Shouldn't it be half price? Because I'm only getting half a day. So I didn't feel good about that. That's stupid. I only paid $99 to get in for the whole dang year. You think I'm going to pay $179 for one day? Dude, you're not going to get me like that. I'm smarter than that. I am way smarter than that. And then they had this other Fast Pass called the Fast Pass Plus. I don't think they have it. But they had that, and they're like, okay, at Cedar Point, you can't, the Fast Pass only gets you on some rides. Now you got to have this Fast Pass Plus. The Fast Pass Plus is $1,000 for all the parks. And I'm like, nah, no, but no, that's not what happened. I bought it. About 3 of them. We didn't even get in line. We got to the line. I grabbed my phone. My son sees me. He's like, what are you doing? He goes, when he tells the story, he's like, I just saw the cart said $3,000. And then we had to walk back to the front park to get our little wristbands because we were new season pass holders of the Fast Pass Plus. That's right, folks. You can have it yourself for $9.99 a person. A $99 investment turned into a $1,200 investment times 3. I got stack attacked. It happened to me. Stack attack. Stack attack. And it can happen to your customer too. And here's the cool thing. I wanted to buy it. I didn't want to stand in line. The front guy doesn't get to tell me, well, you only asked to come in the park, so you don't get it. No, screw that. Everything is on the menu. I can buy all of it. The only difference is when you go in your home, the customer does not know what's on the menu. They don't know it's for sale. They don't even know they have a problem. And if you think the problem is isolated to that one moment in time, get another trade because you're not thinking about this. It's much deeper than that. That didn't happen today. That showed itself today. It started back when it started, sometimes 2-3 years ago. These lines don't just fail tonight. They fail over time. These fixtures don't fail tonight. They fail over time. And if that one's failing, that one's probably on its way too. And that one's probably on its way too. And we got to stop doing this broke fix crap. It just don't work. And I don't care about sales. I don't care about what they buy. I just care about what they know. I just care about what they know. And I know that if I can create something worthwhile, like I can show them what it costs to do things one at a time, and I can show them what it costs to do things in volume, just like Costco, just like the grocery store, they will make the same decisions they make everywhere else. Like, you want to see this real? Come to the event. Come to the event. We charge thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for our program, $12,000 for a shop visit, which is not even for sale to the public. That is, you have to spend thousands to be on our program just to get access to buy the shop visit. We're crazy, stupid, expensive. We really are. And we have no contract, so we must be doing something because people stay on our program. All these people that you're seeing on here, they're in the program, been in there for years. You can come get it for real cheap. I'm going to break it all down for you in person. Right there, real time. Now, with that being said, if you've ever thought about joining our program, we do have some programs now that are in the hundreds. We've got actually three of our programs are in the hundreds, something like that. So we're trying to make this thing available. We've done our thing. We've made our money. We're excited. We love it. We appreciate the support we've always gotten. But we're a multi-million-dollar coaching program. I don't think most people even know that because we don't talk about it. We're not on the, look at my bins, look at my lines. This stuff don't matter, man. But I'm going to enjoy it. Like, I'm going to cut some lines with it. Got him fresh, show him that his time isn't worth waiting. Stupid. I done Robert forever. It ain't about the money, man. Just ain't about it ain't about the things either. It's about making an impact. It's about helping people. It's about service. I believe we were put on this earth for community. I believe we were put on this earth to make each other better. I think we were put on this earth to have solace with one another, peace with one another. We could probably get into another discussion off that, but while that's going on, while that argument's a brewing, we can make our impact in the trades. We can make our impacts in the home. We can make our impacts to our community when they're in a time of need. We get to do that. It's an opportunity. It's a privilege. It's one we should take serious. Plumbing isn't a joke. Plumbing's serious. Health is on the line. People's property is on the line. This is a mission. It's not a job. It's a mission. Always be serving. Always be serving. You know, it's an honor to be on here with you guys. I mean, nothing better than saving someone's day. It's an honor to be on here with you guys. It's a privilege. I pinch myself. We were looking through, like, would you guys say like 60 or 70,000 people a day are watching something that we're saying. My stepdad said no one would ever want to listen to me. Sucker. Who's laughing now? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope I see you at that event. Type event if you want that deal. This is your last chance to do it. Type event if you want that deal. It's a +1. We'll reach out to you tomorrow, but you got to buy the tickets by tomorrow because it's closing. Protect the health and welfare of the nation. Absolutely. Amen, Patrick. You get it. Serve your community and everything, not just plumbing. We'll see y'all next week. If you want more tips about marketing, sales, and business, type subscribe in the comments and get alerts about future shows. Also, check out our podcast on Spotify, Apple, and other major platforms. Thanks again for watching The Fresh Approach.
Fresh.